Welcome back to more Florida International Dynasty. If you missed last episode, go ahead and check it out. We finished up year number 3. We played in the conference championship. We won. Spoiler alert. We made the college football playoff, and we beat Alabama in the first round of the college football playoff. And then we ultimately lost to Texas in overtime in that second game, or in the Fiesta Bowl, I want to say, was the actual bowl game. Yeah, look at that. Conference USA title, college football playoff win, and now we switched conferences from Conference USA. We are now in the ACC. I just think we were too good for Conference USA last year. We dominated pretty much almost every team in Conference USA play. So I was like, you know what? Let's get some more competition. We need more competition. So we moved up to the ACC where there are like 19 teams. I think next year I might create like divisions, or maybe I don't. I don't know. Let me know, guys, in the comments below what we should do with the conference, and then I might maybe move other teams around, see what's going on. Maybe make the Big 12, add more teams. But yeah, those are the only changes. The team's sitting at an 83 overall. We'll just quickly go over the team here. Starting quarterback, it's going to be George Awuzie this season. Last year, he improved a lot. So he's somebody who's going to be a guaranteed starter. We got Danny Cornell in the transfer portal. He's an elite dev pocket passer quarterback, which is nice. Running backs, Anthony Carey graduates. We have Greg Carver, Kevin Bibbs, who we also got from the transfer portal, and I want to use Derek Lobato as well. So we might have a three-headed monster at wide receiver. We got Malik Clark in the transfer portal as well. He's got 95 speed. Deion Briscoe. So yeah, just going to go quickly over the team. I would say our weakest point is probably our offensive line. That's something I definitely want to get better at, maybe in recruiting. Defensively, we added some 4-stars, Lonnie Queen, Talia Handy, Jack Habert we got in the transfer portal as well. Corner, we added Jaja Boyd, Jet White, Vernon Woodward, all from the transfer portal. And then we got Evan Elias also from the transfer portal. Span also the guy we got through recruiting. So yeah, there's a quick little overview of the team. Team looks different, obviously, from last year. Your team's gonna look different every year in college football. But now that we moved to the ACC, we have a harder schedule, a lot harder of a schedule. If we check out our custom schedule, week 1 we play Alabama in the Aflac kickoff game. We beat them last year in the first round of the college football playoff, and Alabama wants revenge. Then week 2 we got FCS Northwest. Week 3 is this game will always be week 3, Florida Atlantic, and then we start conference play, Clemson, Virginia, Florida State, California, Pittsburgh, Boston College, and then Miami of Ohio, Miami, bye week, and then Virginia Tech. So our schedule is going to look a lot harder. So probably won't get to win 12 games, but you never know. Now that we've moved up to the ACC and we're ranked number 12 in the nation, there's a lot of 4-stars that are actually interested in us, not 4-stars that nobody offered on that we decided to come and get. There's a lot of 4-stars interested. Look at all these 4-stars. Our entire board could be 4-stars. Obviously, we're going to add some 3-stars. Obviously, there's still 3-stars interested in us, but we should be getting a lot better of a prospects. Conference prestige is now up to an A+. It was a C- in Conference USA, so that prevented us from getting some guys that are 4-stars. So I think this year we're gonna have a really good recruiting class, probably the best one we've had so far. So I'm just gonna add a bunch of these guys off screen, and I'll update you guys. All right, so I went ahead and added a bunch of players. It's mostly 4-stars that we added because there's a ton of 4-stars that are interested in us. Then we added a few 3-stars kind of down the board here. Obviously, we're not going to get all these 4-stars. You don't get everybody you ever want. But we are surprisingly a lot of four stars really interest in us, so it's going to be hopefully a better recruiting class. But I'll scout these guys and I'll update you guys if we find anybody who's interesting or some gems. So I'll do that. All right, updates to recruiting. We found three gems, starting with Gerald Grubbs, a left tackle from Mississippi. Yeah, I'm assuming it's Mississippi. He's got 83 pass block finesse, 83 run block finesse. He's obviously a run or a pass burn agile. He's actually probably more of a run blocker, and he's got 76 run block. He actually looks pretty good. And tackle was something I want to get better at. Offensive line was something I want to get better at. So he's a nice player. And then we have Tyree Riddick, another tackle, pass protecting tackle, Tyree Riddick. 84 pass block power, 83 pass block minutes, 83 pass block. He's already a really good pass blocker. Just needs to work on that run blocking. He's got some abilities, pocket shield, play action shield. Looks like a nice player. And quarterback, Jared Brooks from Mesa, Arizona. He's got 87 throw power. Accuracies aren't amazing, but he's got 83 deep, 81 throw on the run, 81 throw under pressure, 82 speed. He'd be a nice quarterback. You know, Awuzie is pretty much capped out at what he is right now, and he's a junior, so we could definitely look for his replacement. Maybe the guy we got in the portal could replace him. I don't know. And then, you know, the non-gems. Abdul Dunn. We're going to need safety because our strong safety isn't the best. Keenan Lavrone is a junior, and he can declare for the draft. So we're going to need to potentially find his replacement. Abdul Dunn, 91 speed, very good coverage. Looks like a nice player. Tight end, something I wanted to get better at, and I think Nick Wagner looks really good. 87 speed at 6'5", 233, 83 catching, 89 excel. He looks like a monster. Corners, our top corners are seniors, and you know we're gonna need to replace them again. So I think we found some guys. Alexander Paxson, 92 speed, 95 excel, 90 change direction, 77 man. Joshua Vaccaro, 93 speed, 93 excel, 77 press. So we're going to get some speed out there. And then Jimmy Johnson, we're gonna need D tackle because Abasiri is a senior. I believe so is Noah Herrick. So we're going to really need D tackle as well. He's got 83 power moves, 89 strength, pure power, D tackle. So those are the guys we offered on. We fully scouted some guys, but nothing really impressed me. Like Matthew Gentry, those don't really impress me. Maybe if he was a gem, I'd be like, oh, okay. But Jared Brooks is the gem. So those are the top guys on the top of my board. So now I think we can go ahead and go to week 0. So we are unlocking Tactician because we need to win 4 rivalry games in Architect, and we've only won 1 so far. We need to spend 50 in Tactician, so we're just going to unlock Tactician for now. This would boost up ratings. So this would be something we could definitely do. Let's go ahead and upgrade pass block and impact block for our alignment. So there goes all of our points just like that. So that's maybe why I wanted to save up a little bit. So we'll go to week 0, see what's going on. We also went up in prestige last season. I believe we were a 1.5 star. We are now up to a full 2-star. So also overall is an 83 this season, 86 defense. Hopefully we are good this season. You know, moving over to the ACC, a lot harder of a conference than Conference USA. I can tell you that much because we have the defending champs in this conference. So it's going to be a tough conference to win in. So yeah, we're going to do more recruiting, and then I'll update you guys on the recruiting board. All right, here are the hours we are putting on. We're putting 50 on Gerald Grubbs, Tyree Riddick, and Jared Brooks, the gems. We're throwing 30 on to Joshua Vaccaro, 25 on Abdul Dunn, Paxson, and Jimmy Johnson. Then we're 15 on Nick Wagner. We are putting a lot of hours into these guys. So, you know, we didn't really have very many hours left to sort of scout. We mainly just scouted some guys and then offered scholarships and guys who didn't really have very many or none at all. So that is pretty much all we did was just throw hours on guys, and I think that means we should go to next week against Alabama. All right, we are second for Gerald Grubbs right now. We are currently first for Tyree Reddick, third for Vaccaro, second for Paxson. We do get locked out of a lot of guys. So, that's what happens when you have a ton of four stars. You're going to get locked out by quite a few of them to start. So that's unfortunate. But we have Alabama at home this time. Last time we were on the road and beat Bama. They're number 6. We are number 12. Alabama is seeking revenge. And we're looking to go 2-0 against Bama in this dynasty so far. Against SEC opponents, we are 3. No, we're 2-1. Right, we beat LSU, we beat Alabama, we lost to Texas. So we're currently 2-1 against SEC teams. We're going against Alabama. Their overall was a 92 last year. It is now a 97. They're a near 99 overall team now, so that's going to be a lot harder. But first, we obviously, got to do some more recruiting. So I'll do that, and I'll tell you guys. All right, updating the recruiting board. We're still tossing 50 on some of these guys, but we added some guys like Alfonso Hajrulahu. I don't know that's a very long name. He's a gem. Will linebacker, 86 speed, 90 80 hip power, 80 pursuit, 75 zone. You're gonna love when you see that green gem in that left corner, and then we're throwing 15 on Isaiah Bars. Another safety. He's got 92 speed, 80 zone. He should be a pretty good player. So we're going a lot into, I think what we were going to need to get better at is secondary, and offensive line is where I want to get, put most of my hours in there. Obviously, we, could use a wide receiver because our top 2 wide receivers are seniors, but we did get some nice freshmen last season. So wide receiver probably in the position I want to go after. But we got Alabama, our biggest game so far in the season. We have a ton of big games in our conference. Like, for example, we go against number 5 Clemson, and then we go against Miami on the road. We currently have 4 ranked teams on our schedule right now. That's more than we had, I believe, in our first 3 years. I don't think we played a single ranked opponent in our first 3 years. And we got 4 just this season. So I'm going to go ahead here and set the lineup for year number 4, and I'll update you guys, or I'll tell you guys the lineup. All right, here is your starting lineup heading into year 1. Obviously, the lineup could change depending on injuries or players playing bad, but starting quarterback is George Awuzie. He's guaranteed to be the starter. Danny Cornell is the backup. Starting running back, going to be Greg Carver, taking over for Anthony Carey. We'll have Derek Lobato and Kevin Bibbs. I kind of want to have a three-headed monster at running back. We'll have Carver at third down back, Derek Lobato as backup running back, and then we're gonna have Kevin Bibbs at power back. So that's gonna be a nice three-headed monster. Fullback still Cassius Davis. Wide receivers JoJo Stone, Malik Clark, Deion Briscoe. The top 3. Then we have Daryl Coffey, Dennis Bowe, and the freshman Austin Chamberlain. Tight end Sean Burke. Starting left tackle is going to be the freshman Trayvon Volk. Starting left guard is going to be Tekalen Mew, the junior. Starting center is going to be Moses Barnes. Right guard is going to be the freshman Rico Emanuel, and the right tackle is also going to be the freshman Eric Mayo. So we have 3 freshmen starting on this offensive line. Left edge position is going to be Juan Figures starting there. Chekwa backing him up. Rush right end is going to be Kellen Lindstrom. We're going to have Alani Queen in and out of there. D tackle J.D. Abasiri, Noah Herrick, and Jeff Cleveland. Sam linebacker is going to be Jack Habert. Mike linebacker is going to be Cameron Tuttle. Will linebacker is going to be C.J. Burhey. Top 3 corners are going to be Jaja Boyd, Jet White, Vernon Woodard. I'm sure Alfonso and Daniel Koch will play a little bit. Starting free safety, obviously, is going to be Keaton Lavrone. Starting strong safety, Evan Elias. Kicker is going to be Alex Spann. Punter is going to be Juan Carnegie. Kick and punt returner is going to be Briscoe at kick returner, and then Stone at punt returner. Third down back is going to be Greg Carver. Power back is going to be Kevin Bibbs. Slot receiver is going to be Briscoe. Rush ends are going to be Figures and Lindstrom. Rush D tackle is going to be GD Abasiri. Sub linebackers Jack Habert, Cameron Tuttle, CJ Burhey. Slot corner is going to be Jaja Boyd. Nose tackle, GD Abasir, Gadget, Dennis Bowe. So there is your starting lineup heading into year number 4 of this dynasty. We're already in 2028. And we're going to be playing Bama at home at Pitbull Stadium. They're going to know what a real stadium feels like. We're going to play the moments. Let's jump into this game against number 6, Alabama. All right. Here we are. ACC, the new ACC team, Florida International, going against the team we beat in the first round of the playoffs last year, Alabama. It's actually a neutral site game. So it's the kickoff game or whatever. Keelan Russell still is the starting quarterback at Alabama. He wants to get his revenge against the team that knocked him out of the playoffs last season. And we're looking to start our first season in the ACC with a big victory against Alabama. It's number 6 versus number 12 here in the Aflac kickoff game. All right, here we are. First action of the season, 0-0. Start with the run of Greg Carver. He's going to try to bounce it outside. Tackled for 3 yards. Second down 7. That's almost picked up, but it's not. It's caught. Deion Briscoe. Touchdown, FIU. We strike first. I'm surprised that was not picked off. But Briscoe makes the catch. Oh my God, that guy is balding. I don't know if you guys saw that guy has no hair. Big stripe of hair right there. Look at that. DB tried to pick it off, but just missed the ball, and Briscoe takes full advantage of it and gets the first points of the game. Here we are, 4th and inches. Against Bama, it's our first defense of the moment. Start of the second. Oh my gosh, it's a read option. I was not expecting a read option. Keelan Russell breaks the tackle. Picks up big yardage. All right, 3rd down and 6. We got to convert this. How will we convert this one? Woozier is going to scramble for it, and he's going to try to slide, but is tackled, but gets the first anyways. Going to hit Carver, the running back, out of the backfield, gets 4 yards. 6, handoff, Lobato up the middle, 4 yards. All right, 3rd down and 2. The slant is picked off. He just ran the route. He just covered that slant like no other corner I've ever seen cover that route. They get a much needed interception there at the goal line. We're going to get no points. That was just a forced throw. Jarrell White picks off Louisiana for his first interception of the season. All right, at least it results in no Alabama points. So it's still all tied up. Volk is really hurt right now. We're going to run a screen here to Lobato. Try to get some nice blocks. Gets 8 there. We're going to go hurry up. All right, 3rd down and 2. Woozier to Briscoe, who holds on. Going to go hurry up again here. Gonna motion Briscoe here. Oh my God, that's gonna be picked off. No, it's not. Incomplete. Risky throw. 2nd down and 10. Woozy underneath to the senior wideout, JoJo Stone. We're gonna hold on to our timeout. 3rd and 2. Quick snap. Pass to Carver, who cannot get out of bounds. Or will. They're gonna give him the first down. We're gonna call our first timeout. All right, 1st and 10. Underneath, Malik Clark, the South Carolina transfer, gets the first. I think we're going to use our 2nd timeout there. 2nd down and 7. Outside, Stone gets the first down and gets out of bounds. 1st and 10 of Woozier. He's going to scramble for it. Hold on. And I think we're going to use our last timeout there. And we should get a field goal off. Hopefully we make it. And the freshman makes the field goal, so we're up 10-7 beginning of the 2nd half now. How will we continue this game? Over the middle, Malik Clark holds on! Big 3rd down conversion for the transfer wideout. Gets the first down and holds on through contact. 2nd and 5. And off Carver. Alabama's kind of all over that one. Gain of nothing. 3rd down and 5. Short to Sean Burke, the senior. Gets the first down. Moves the chains. 2nd and goal. Awuzie is going to try to scramble. Awuzie gains 6 yards there. 3rd and goal. From the 4, Awuzie is going to roll out. Awuzie's got speed. There's no Alabama who's fast enough. Touchdown. George Awuzie takes it in himself and gets us back on the board. Awuzie is like, I'm going to keep that one. We're up 16-7 over Alabama. There's probably somebody up in there, but I'd rather take the scramble from the junior quarterback. He's already a junior. Time is flying by in this dynasty. Now it's 1st and goal again. Look at this. We got the ball at the 9-yard line. We could go up 24-7 if we score here. And off Kevin Bibbs. Transfer goes, actually loses a yard. 2nd and goal. A slant to Malik Clark, holds on down at the 2-yard line. 3rd and goal for FIU. Awuzie snaps it. Awuzie outside to JoJo Stone, who holds on. Touchdown. George Awuzie to JoJo Stone. Look at that. Audible there to Sticks, I want to say. And just enough time to throw the ball and a good enough route from Stone on the star corner. And we are in the end zone again. All right, 4th and 1. We get our only 2nd defensive moment here. Alabama scored. It's a 10-point game right now. 4th and 1. Handoff. We cannot get anybody there. Alabama moves the chains. All right, 3rd down and 7. Alabama only got a field goal, so it is 24-17. Awuzie's going to try to scramble again. He got blocked by his own lineman, but it doesn't matter. He's got the first down again. All right, 1st and 10 now. We got shoe clock on. Give it to Bibbs up the middle. Bibbs powers in the end zone. Touchdown, FIU. The transfer, Kevin Bibbs, gets in the end zone for the touchdown. Game's still not over. Alabama will only be down 14, but it is Kevin Bibbs, the transfer. I want to say that's his first touchdown as an FIU Panther. And hopefully a lot more to come. All right, 4th and 3 for Alabama. What can they do? 2 minutes left. They're going to run the ball, and Cameron Tuttle makes the tackle. 3rd down and 5. Did we fucking pass it, really? Okay, the game's not over. 3rd down and 5, but we get the first down. It could be over. Stone gets the first down, and there we go. That will be the game. Awuzie with 3 passing touchdowns, or 3 touchdowns. Awuzie kneels it, and we beat Alabama again. Puts us 3-1 against SEC opponents. It was the junior George Awuzie with the player of the game, 285 passing yards, 3 total touchdowns, 1 rushing, 2 passing. I was not expecting us to beat Bama. We own Bama. Bama's our little kid. Bama's our little son. We baby Bama. Look at that. 31-17 against the number 6 team in the nation. Awuzie went 26 of 44, 285 yards, 2 touchdowns. Did throw the 1 pick. That was my fault. I was kind of locked in on him. So, rushing wise, Greg Carver 18 carries, 51 yards. Awuzie 14 for 51 and a touchdown. Kevin Bibbs had a touchdown for himself. Lobato carried it twice for 4 yards. Receiving wise, Malik Clark in his first game in an FIU uniform, 7 catches, 97 yards, but it was JoJo Stone and Deion Briscoe with the touchdown. Sean Burke, 3 catches, 35 yards. Blocking, no sacks allowed with our 3 freshman linemen. Jack Habert, Jaja Boyd lead the team on tackles. Figures did get hurt in that game. TFLs for Figures, sack for Figures. Interception for Jaja Boyd, the transfer. 3 pass deflects for Jaja Boy. Big debut for him. Vernon Woodard with a forced fumble. No recovery, no block kicks, no safety, no defensive touchdowns. Kicking Alex Spann in his first game went 1 for 1, 4 for 4 on extra points. Punting Carnegie 1 punt inside the 20, net of 41. 1 kick return for Kevin Vish for 27 yards. JoJo's done with 26 punt return yards. But look at that. Starting off the season 1-0, beating Bama. Again, we got Bama's number. All right, updates on the recruiting side. We are currently second for Jared Brooks. It is Oregon. Oregon, come on, stop. We're first for Abdul Dunn, Jimmy Johnson. We're second for Nick Wagner. We get locked out of some more guys I wasn't really going after. But now we jump all the way from number 12 to number 5 with that win over Alabama. Brand exposure is up to a C now. We are number 5 in the nation. Unbelievable. And then we have a home game against FCS Northwest. So look at that. We're number 5 in the nation. Now we still have, there's still 2 ACC teams ahead of us, Miami and Clemson, which we play both of them. So that'd be a fun game. You got SMU is also ranked in the ACC. Duke is ranked as well. Bama falls all the way to 14 with that loss. Syracuse is ranked. Louisville is ranked. Yeah, a lot of ranked teams in the ACC. I can see why they have an A+ prestige in that area. Looks like the injury to Figures, I believe it was, or Chekwa. So it's not a serious injury. He's not going to miss any time. Now we got FCS Northwest on the road here in week number 2. All right, updates to the recruiting board. So we move. We're second for Grubbs. We're first for Reddick currently. Brooks, Oregon. It's between us and Oregon right now. For Carl, we are in third. We're first for Ahmed. I'm hoping that Ahmed will put us, narrow it down to his top 5, hopefully, unless he's still, I don't know. Because I want to get him and Jared Brooks on a boosted complimentary visit. So we added him. We also added Jason Byam to the top guys I want to grab. He's got 89 strength, 84 power moves, 84 tackle. Looks like we're just going to need some D tackles. He looks like a solid enough D tackle. We're second there for Wagner. Isaiah Bars, Washington State. But right now it's a little too early to really be like, yeah, we're going to get this guy, or yeah, we should stop recruiting this guy. So I think we're just going to keep the hours the same as we jump into this home game against FCS Northwest, the Stallions, 47 overall. We are number 5 and 83 overall. Let's go ahead and let's beat this team. All right, first home game of the season against the FCS Northwest Stallions. With that big win over Alabama, we are now number 5 in the nation. The stadium is full for the first time in this series. I wish you could upgrade your stadium once you become really good, because no number 5 team in the nation should have a stadium this small. All right, 3rd down and 5. We get our first one on defense. Looks like we didn't score. See, though, we're going to run it. We're all over that. Goes nowhere. 1st and 10. Run outside. Carberry's going to go in untouched. Touchdown, FIU. Bounce on inside zone to the outside. There was nobody there. And we strike first with a touchdown. All right, another defensive moment. It is 3rd down and 7 for the Stallions. Throw over the middle. We sent a blitz. Didn't get there. 1st down, Stallions. 2nd down and 9. Quarterback over the middle. 7 yards. All right, 3rd down and 2. Can our defense get a stop? Look at that. We got our stadium pulse. It's read option. The quarterback's going to keep that one, and they're going to mark him inches short. Austin Chaney here. They're going to kick the field goal to at least get some points on the board here. His kick is no good. Still zeros on the board for FCS. All right, 3rd down in inches. We just need inches. Handoff. Carver gets the 1st down, moving the chains. All right, 3rd down and 10. What are we going to do? Woozier is sacked on 3rd down. How the fuck? All right, another moment. 3rd down and 6. What can we do? Woozier is going to try to scramble for it. He's going to get the yardage, and he's going to slide for the 1st down. 3rd down and 1. Hands off Lobato. Jeez, I didn't even get a chance to press X. How are we not blowing this team out right now? All right, we get the ball back. 3rd down and 2. Gonna motion Bibbs. And Woozier is going to scramble for the 1st. Caught from behind. We're going to use one of our timeouts. 1st and goal underneath Clark. We're going to go hurry up. Burke gets set. 2nd and goal. Woozier is going to run. He's going to run it in for the touchdown. We're now up 14-0 with 6 seconds left in this 1st half. Surprisingly, Stallions still are in this game. All right, 3rd down and 4. We're going to motion Lobato out there. We're going to throw it underneath Sean Burke. Power for the 1st down, and he gets it. 1st and goal. Stretch right side. Lobato walks in. Touchdown. FIU went in there untouched. Great blocking from our tight end and wide receivers, and we're up 21-0 over FCS. 2nd and inches. We're just going to give it to Lobato, who gets the 1st down again. 1st and 10. We're going to motion Briscoe. Jet sweep to Briscoe. Come on, get that block. Bibbs. Great block by Bibbs. And Briscoe walks into the end zone untouched. And finally, we are starting to blow out FCS Northwest. We're going to be up 28-0 over the Stallions. All right, 4th and 13. They got to go for it here. Quarterback's got time. He's going to step up, throws on the run, and drops it incomplete. All right, here on 3rd down, we're subbing in the backups. I don't really want any of the starters to get hurt, so Cornell will get some playing time. So will Bibbs, as they hand it off to Bibbs up the middle for the 1st. Hand off. Lobato gets his 2nd rushing touchdown of the day, and there we go. The backups get a score in there, and yeah, this game's a blowout. So not much to really talk about. All right, 4th and 7. They have to go for it. They're going to launch it deep, and it is caught. Alonzo allows the catch. But it's now 4th down and 22. We must have gotten like 2 sacks or something. 4th and 22 for the Stallions. Launching it deep again. Left side. It is incomplete. Daniel Cook on the coverage. Here in 3rd down and 3. Pass to Connor Booth. Gets the 1st down, moves the chains. 1st and goal. Give to Lobato again. Up the middle, breaks a tackle from the defensive lineman, but is brought down. Bibbs now in the game. Handoff. Bibbs, and he's in the end zone. Untouched again. Kevin Bibbs, 2nd touchdown of the season so far. I don't remember if he got one today, but yeah, it's a blowout. And that will conclude the game. We shut out FCS 42-0. Kind of started a little slow, but picked it up there in that 2nd quarter. 152 passing yards and 2 touchdowns for Woozier is your player of the game. Did end up playing, I want to say, in the entire 4th quarter. It's just backups. Maybe midway through the 3rd quarter. I don't remember when we subbed in the backups, but we get a 42-0 victory over the Stallions. All right, Woozier, 15 of 20, 252 yards, 68% completion percentage, a touchdown. Daniel Cornell came in the game went 2 for 2 for 29 yards. Rushing wise, Greg Carver, 14 attempts, 60 yards and a touchdown. Derek Lobato with also 14 carries, 76 yards, 2 touchdowns. Sorry if you guys hear something. It's probably the frickin' neighbor mowing their lawn. But Derek Lobato, 2 touchdowns. Kevin Bibbs, 8 carries, 38 yards, also a touchdown. Wuze also had a touchdown. Cornell ran it for 5 yards. Receiving, Sean Burke, 4 catches, 30 yards. It was Malik Clark, led the team with 59 receiving yards on 4 catches. Deion Briscoe caught the only passing touchdown of the day. Blocking wise, Trayvon Volk allowed 1 sack. Defensively, 7 tackles for Cameron Tuttle. TFL numbers were really good. Alani Queen, who didn't even played less than half of the game. 2 TFLs, Jadee Abasiri with 2, Herrick with 2, Lindstrom, Biggers with 2 as well, 1 for Tuttle and Sterling. But it was Alani Queen with 2 sacks. Came in this game and dominated. Sure, it's against FCS, but still. Pretty good day. Half a sack for Herrick and Figures. Interception, 1 for Manny Alfonso. Pass deflections, 2 from Daniel Cook. Kean Levrone, Shamar Sterling had 1. Forced fumble from Woodward, who forced 1 before. Block kicks, no block kick, no touchdowns, no safeties. Kicking. Span missed his 1 field goal attempt, but then missed an extra point. Punting, Carnegie, 51 yards per punt net average. Kick return, didn't return a single kick. Turned 4 punts for 59 yards. Coffee had 1 for 10, but there we go. An easy, nice little change of pace game. 42-0 over FCS Northwest. Our updates to recruiting: Tyree Riddick is in his top 5. We are currently 1st. Joshua Vaccaro is in his top 5. We are 3rd. Bars, we are 5th. For that one, we're 1st for Ahmed and Alfonso as well. Get locked out of a tackle there. But, and we moved up 1 spot. We're now at number 4 in the nation. Going against Florida Atlantic on the road, who is currently sitting at 1-1. This is our bitter rivals. I believe we are 1-2 against them so far in this series. So we're looking to make it 500 here in 2028. All right, updates to the recruiting board. We are hard selling on Tyree Riddick. Hometown here, we got an A, D, isn't ideal. And then in A, we have him on a week 5 visit. We also have Jared Brooks on a week 5 visit against Virginia. So that game against Virginia is going to be a big one. We're going to need to win that game. If not, Oregon probably gets Jared Brooks. They're throwing a lot of hours onto him right now. We are currently still sending the house. Still don't know anything. We know he likes to coach Prestige, and that's about it. We're also having Joshua Vaccaro visit week 5, because the logic here is we're going to have Vaccaro week 5, and then next week we'll schedule a visit on the same week with Isaiah Bars. So that's the plan there. We are throwing 25 and Ahmed now. Nobody else is really going after him. We needed the minutes. Paxton, we're throwing 35 on right now. So yeah, those are the updates to the crew. Not many updates, just saying that week 5 is going to be a big week for us. In all the games that we have on home, we are favored, so we don't really get a big boost if we do beat them, which sucks. But that's what happens when you're the number 4 team in the nation, and now we're going against our bitter rival Florida Atlantic in the Don Shula Bowl. All right, on the road, Don Shula Bowl. Florida Atlantic is a 62 overall. Come on, let's go ahead and let's be 500 in this heated rivalry against FIU. Here we are on the road, going against our bitter rival, the Florida Atlantic Owls. Like I said before, we are currently 1-2 against the Florida Atlantic Owls, with our 1 win coming last season. First 2 seasons we ended up losing. We're now looking to make it 2 straight wins at the Credit Union Stadium. I don't remember what the first word was, but let's go ahead and let's beat these Owls. All right, we're starting at the 11 here. And off up the middle. Carver cuts back left in the end zone, untouched again. We've had a lot of untouched rushing touchdowns. We have a young offensive line, and they look pretty good in the run game, I must say. Both freshman tackles, a freshman guard. They're looking pretty sharp so far for the first 2 games, and on that touchdown there, Greg Carver, the junior, gets in the end zone for the touchdown. All right, 3rd down and 9. How will we convert this one? We're going to throw that outside. Carver is wide open on the flat. Greg Carver, is that going to be 2 touchdowns? That will be 2 touchdowns for the junior running back. There was nobody covering him, butt naked open for the touchdown, and that's his 2nd touchdown untouched of this first half. Junior continuing a pretty good start to this season. Looks like they did have somebody on him, but nice little pick play there on that play, and it's a touchdown. All right, 3rd down and 3. We're going to hit Sean Burke on the flat route. They got nobody covering that. We're going to take the easy 1st down. All right, 1st and 10. We're going to give that to Carver, who gets 2 yards on that one. 9 and 8. Play action over the middle to Briscoe. Makes the tough grab. Not the best throw, but makes the grab nonetheless. 1st and goal. We're going to run speed option here. We're going to flip that to Carver. That was risky. Barely got that to him. I don't think we actually even gained a yard in that. 3rd and goal. Let's slant. Briscoe cannot hold on. That's going to be a good stand from the Owls, and we're going to have to kick this field goal. Dude, that's all the way to the fucking left, and this is why I don't kick field goals. The kicking mechanics in this game make 0 sense. So we get no points there. Awesome, cool. Alright, now that it's for Atlantic, so it is 3rd down and 8. Awuzie is gonna try to scramble, and our offensive line just gives up when we try to run the ball. Fucking awesome. Alright, but we get the ball back in good field position. Sloppy 2 drives. This one would be nice if we can score. Handoff. Carver, who cannot make the defender miss. 2nd down and 9. To the fullback, Cassius Davis. Very rarely gets a touch, and he gets one there. It's 3rd down and 3. We're going to audible to a run here. Snap the ball. Handoff. Carver. Good push from FIU, but it wasn't good enough. Touchdown. FIU. And we're going to extend our lead to 21 here. Carver, that's his 3rd touchdown, 2nd rushing. They did get some nice block shot on that play, but it just wasn't good enough, and we're in the end zone. Touchdown. 1st down and 10. Quick pass to Barker. 28 inches. We're going to go hurry up here. 2nd and inches. Another give. Carver. Good blocking. Great blocking. Just needed Malik Clark to block a little bit better there, but gets a nice gain anyways. Motion Lobato. Awuzie dances in the pocket. Awuzie is going to roll out right or left. Awuzie is going to get out of bounds to get 7 yards. 3rd on 5. That at least stops the clock. On 3rd and 5. Quick slant. JoJo Stone. 1st down. We're going to go hurry up again. 2nd down and 10. Awuzie is going to scramble again. Awuzie can't quite make the defender miss. We're going to call another timeout there. 3rd down and 6. Over the middle. Briscoe will get the 1st down. All right, clock is still moving. We want to make this the final drive of the first half. Slant. Clark is open. Touchdown FIU, and we are blowing them out in this first half. It is 28-0 in the first half. Malik Clark gets first touchdown of the day, and might be another blowout. All right, it's 3rd down. 3rd down and 9. We're going to hit Burke over the middle. Look at that. Sean Burke's open for the 1st down, moving the chains. FAU fans are not pleased. 2nd down and 5. We're going to hand it off. Carver again, who turns his legs for the 1st down. 2nd and 11. It's Burke again. Touchdown FIU. We are just piling on. Up 35-0. The FIU fans are left speechless. Sean Burke touchdown, holds on through the hit from the safety, actually broke it. And we're up big. But it's 3rd down and 6. RPO, that was the wrong button. I meant to throw the slant. My bad. Alright, 4th and 4 for these final 9.5 minutes. We're just going to sub in the backups again. Don't want to risk any starters getting hurt. So 4th and 4 for FAU. Quarterback rolls left, fires right sideline. It is incomplete. It's 3rd down and 3. The backups see more starting time. 3rd down and 3. Throw to Bowie, who makes the catch, and an injury for FAU. Tight, clean Lumen. 1st and 10. We're going to hand it off. Lobato cuts left. Lobato jukes, and he's in the end zone. Touchdown FIU. We're saying that a lot this episode. We're beating Florida Atlantic, maybe worse than the Stallions. He was untouched in the end zone. Touchdown. Looks like back-to-back. 40 points for our offense. Alright, we just decided to go to the end again. FAU did score a touchdown, but still it was 42-7. And that gives FIU 7 wins in the Don Shula Bowl. Greg Carver, 124 rushing yards, 3 touchdowns in this game, wins player of the game. Another 42-point showing from the offense. And we're starting off year 4, 3-0. This is still Heisman. These are Heisman, basic sliders, gameplay sliders, I want to say. We're just dominating. We're just absolutely dominating these teams. Check out our stats. Louisiana went 20 for 28, 3 touchdowns. Danny Cornell came in through 1 pass for 5 yards. Rushing wise, Greg Carver, player of the game, 18 carries, 124 yards, 2 touchdowns. Derek Lobato, 16 carries, 70 yards, and a touchdown. Louisiana, 8 carries, 20 yards. Cornell, 2 carries, 5 yards. Receiving, Sean Burke led the team with catches and yards. 5 catches, 83 yards, and a touchdown. Carver also had a touchdown through the air. Malik Clark caught the other touchdown. Blocking wise, 1 sack allowed from Trevon Volk. Tackle, 7 from Jack Habert. TFLs, Alani Queen, Jeff Cleveland, Juan Figures, and Noah Herrick. Sack numbers, only 2, Alani Queen and Noah Herrick. 2 interceptions, Jack Habert and Ja Boyd. 2 pass deflections for Woodward and Boyd. 1 for Elias Lavrone and Tuttle. No forced fumbles, no block kicks, no safety, no defensive touchdowns. Kicking, Alex Spann went 0 for 2. So, yeah, maybe we revert back to Robert. Rough start for the freshman. Carnegie averaged 30, we'll round up 40 yards per punt, net yards, 1 punt inside the 20. Briscoe with a 20-yard kick return, and JoJo Stone with 65 punt return yards. But there we go. 42-7, number 4. Maybe we move up to number 3. I don't know, but look at that. Another blowout win. This one, much more sweeter because it's our rival FAU. Alright, so some not great updates to recruiting. Jared Brooks is into his top 3, and it looks like Oregon is going to get Jared Brooks. We didn't even get enough time for the visit, but he is going to Oregon. That's unfortunate, but good news, we jumped up to 1st for Grubbs. We're 2nd for Alexander Pax. We got locked out of some more guys. We're 3rd for Jason Byam right now. So some not amazing updates on the recruiting side, but look at that. We are 3-0, still number 4 in the nation, and we'll go against number 3 Clemson. This should be the game of the week. It is the game of the week. So we got the game of the week next week against Clemson. That will be for next episode. We start 3-0 on this season, and now we go into ACC schedule territory. Alabama is still ranked number 9, so that's going to be a big win on our books. We got Clemson, and then we have a few games, and then Miami University is actually ranked. So that's cool. Hope you guys enjoyed. The beginning of year number 4. We got our biggest game of the series. Number 4 FIU on the road in Death Valley against the number 3 Clemson Tigers. This will be our first ACC conference game in the new conference. So if you guys enjoy this episode, next video will be a Jets Dynasty video, and then we'll do another FIU video. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.